Hello, everyone. This is Bonnie, and welcome to Bonnie's Bargains and happy Mass Monday. I'm so happy that all of you were able to join me today, and I appreciate it so much. As you can see, I will have on only my under eye mask, which are amazing. They are Me. Those are my favorite. I'm not going to be able to wear a mask today due to my laser treatments. I'm really peeling right now, and it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So I'm just going to put this right under here. Okay, so I decided to tell a childhood memory story for Mass Monday, and this is going to be dedicated to my bestie, Chris. She loves for me to tell stories. So, Chris, I'm telling you another story. I came from a poor family, and when my little grandma, she was about 4'2", maybe, she had long black hair, never been cut, never was cut her entire life. Um, she was Indian and one of the most wonderful ladies that you could ever want to meet, and one of the best grandmas, the best. But anyway, when I was growing up, and we lived in this tiny little house, and so little grandma, she came to live with us, and she was a God-fearing woman. That's how she would explain it to me. I am a God-fearing woman. And so she was just the twinkle of my eye. I just can't say enough about my little grandma. She meant everything to me. But anyway, let me tell you about my little grandma. Every day at 12 o'clock, noon, As the World Turns came on. And if you've never heard of As the World Turns, it was really a story about the same characters every day, that were married or divorced and they had children, or just, it was like there was another one called The Days of Our Lives that she watched. There was a lot of them, but the main one she liked was As the World Turns. Well, every day before noontime, my little grandma would give me money to go get a king size, that's what they called it back then, a king size Coca-Cola. She got her one and she got me one, and then she always instructed me to buy one moon pie, and we would have that moon pie because she would have enough money Monday through Friday to get us a Coke and a moon pie. She stuck with her budget. And so I'd get so excited, and I'll get into that. But anyway, it was about the Coke or the moon pie. That wasn't it. So Grandma would send me on my way to the Piggly Wiggly, and I would either walk or ride my bicycle. And I mean, you talk about doing some fast walking. I did some fast walking to that Piggly Wiggly because I knew that I had to be back home at 12 o'clock because I didn't want to miss any of it. I didn't want to miss any of As the World Turns. So sometimes I'd walk, sometimes I'd run, sometimes I'd fast walk, but I'd get to that Piggly Wiggly. Now you got to understand, at that time, the Piggly Wiggly was the only place to grocery shop in my little town of Clayton, Alabama. Alabama. Okay, I'm an Alabama fan, and they won against LSU this weekend. I just have to say, last night, good game. LSU just about had it. Somehow Alabama pulled through, so roll tide roll. But anyway, to get back to my story. So I lived in a little town called Clayton, Alabama, and so Grandma said, okay, go to the Piggly Wiggly. And Grandma gave me a set time limit because she didn't know how to drive or anything like that. And she would say, okay, now, so I don't have to worry about you. You need to hurry. And I want you back as quick as possible. Because in my little town, nothing really ever took place, but Grandma always worried about me with her being there and her sending me to the Piggly Wiggly. But anyway, I went in the Piggly Wiggly. I'd grab those 2 king-size Coca-Cola. I knew exactly where the moon pie was. I'd get that moon pie. I'd pay, and out the door I was. So I'd run back home. And so Grandma had us 2 chairs sitting right in front of the TV. We had black and white TV. And so Grandma's like, okay, now we can't talk during this. She says, we have to listen. Now, the thing about my grandma that you have to understand is my grandma thought this was a true story. That As the World Turns was a true story. And she believed that these were not characters. She believed they were in, like, being filmed, and it was just in real time, you know. So me and Grandma would sit there, and Grandma would just, you know, you could see when she was fretting and when she was upset or when she was angry. You could look over there, but she'd never say a word. She says, we're not going to talk about it. So then as soon as the world turns and go off, she'd say, okay, let's go on to All My Children or The Days of Our Lives or whatever it was. But as the world turns, we had to remember what happened. And so every night, now remember, we only had 2 bedrooms, small bedrooms in the house that I lived in, and Grandma slept with me every night. That was our bedroom. And so the first thing we would do every night, she would scratch my back and sing hymns, like hymns that you hear in church. And she knew those songs, and she would sing. And if I knew them, because she would try to teach me them, I'd sing along with her. So we'd sit in there and we'd sing hymns, and she'd scratch my back, and I just thought I was in heaven. Oh, my grandma knew how to scratch your back, rub back. I love my grandma. And so she'd sing for a while, and then she'd say, okay, it's getting late, and we need to talk about the world turns. And so she would start talking, and I would start talking, because you have to understand, my grandma told me this was a true story. And so I believed it. I was little. I you know, I was probably in the 1st grade. And so me and Grandma was like, can you believe what so-and-so, she's cheating on her husband? And then Grandma would give me a story about myself. Now, I can say this on video because it's nothing ugly the way that I'm about to say it. And this is some of the words my grandma would use unless she got really upset. And she would talk about each other, you know, cheating on their husband. And she says, Bonnie, I'm going to tell you something. She said, don't you ever be looking at no man's tallywhacker until you get married. No. And then when you get married to that man, that's the only man you should be with. And then she would talk about women, especially, and even men, that in the story that they were talking behind each other's back, or they were saying ugly things. And my grandma would say, Bonnie, don't ever do that. That is not the right thing to do. Do not talk behind people's back. And I'm going to tell you, my grandma did not do that. She was a woman of her word. And my grandma taught me a lot of things. And yeah, she taught me a lot of moral things. But we would sit, and I mean, we would sit up late, and nobody could hear us because my mom and dad's bedroom was on one side, and me and little grandma was on the other. But anyway, that's my story of my little grandma. And I did not know till a few years later that that story wasn't true. And the way that I found out that it wasn't true was I was telling a girl that me at school, I was in school, and I was telling me and my grandma watch. And so the girl said, Bonnie, those are not true stories. Those are soap operas. And I'm like, what? And she's like, those are not real people as far as everyday people. And so I went home and asked my mom, and mom said, Bonnie, those are just characters. Those are soap operas. And so that's when I found out that they weren't true stories. And mom said, don't you say anything to your little grandma. You just go along with what she's got to say, because that is one of her enjoyments in her life. So I never did tell little grandma that that was not a true story. So I'll never forget it. That is a childhood memory that I will cherish and take with me until I pass to the other side. Good memories, good memories. And so at the very end of this video though, if I can take pictures, I've got old frames of my grandma that she's in, and one with my grandfather and the dog that I never met. My grandfather passed before I met him. But anyway, you'll see what a beautiful woman my grandma was. Oh, she was beautiful. Beautiful skin. Anyway, you know, I'm sure all of you've got grandmas and grandpas, and they just have your heart. And yeah. So, but anyway, Chris, I hope you enjoyed the story, and it is a true story, by the way. So, but I will tell you that my heart was crushed when she passed, and I'll be glad to see my grandma someday. And again, take a look at the pictures. Okay, let's talk about the giveaway. I got to hurry up. Let's see what is in the giveaway items. And these are for Christmas. Remember, I always said that I'm going to be giving out Christmas presents early, because I want you to either keep it for yourself, or either I want you to share it and give it as presents or stocking stuffers, or just, you know, whatever you want to do. Just enjoy it for Christmas. And these are 10 pads of green tea overnight foot pads. And that's what it looks like. And it is by Nature Love, and it helps release feelings of fatigue while you sleep. I have not tried these, but I thought, oh, I think that so whoever wins this, you have to let us know if it's good. So that's the first thing. The second thing is everybody's nails has got to look good for Christmas. I couldn't find any red ones, but I did find blue ones, and it's Sassy plus Chick, and there's 12 of them. The only thing that I didn't like about these is they don't come with glue, but for the holiday they would be pretty and bright. So that's the second thing. Third thing is it's by Beauty Guru, and it's natural under eye serum, and it's with C. Buckham. I have no idea what that is, but you put it under your eyes, and it comes with a roller. So eye serum. And then, oh, I hope this is good. I had a big pack, and so I'm just taking one at a time so I can continue to give these away. This is by BUM Balm Equipment, and it is a body mist. And I didn't spray it, but I've never used it, but this is what it looks like. And so that is the last Christmas present. So let's go over the giveaway rules. This is open to the U.S. only, and you must have a U.S. address. You must be 18 years or older. You should like the video, and in the comments, use a sentence with the secret word overnight. There it is right there. Overnight. That's the secret word. Use it in the comments. Okay? So, if you are the winner, you have 48 hours to respond to me, and you need to respond to bonniesbargain68@gmail.com or either to my IG, bonniebargain68. You must be publicly subscribed to my channel, Bonnie's Bargains, and I do check. When I pick the winner, I check at that time. If you subscribe to me and then unsubscribe to me, you will no longer be eligible for any of my future giveaways. If anything is broken, leaks, lost, stolen, or damaged, when I take it to the post office, it leaves my hands. If anything happens to any of the items, I cannot be held responsible. YouTube does not have anything to do with this giveaway. I buy all of my giveaway items, and I am not affiliated with any company. If you have any type of allergic reaction or medical condition with any of the items that I send in my giveaway, I cannot be held responsible for that either. So be sure to test them out before you just use them. And the giveaway is going to end on the 20th of November, which is a Sunday, and the winner will be announced on Monday, the 21st of November. So, everyone, thanks for being with me. I love telling my memories, my childhood memories. It makes me smile. I ask that you be a rainbow in someone's clouds today and be the person that you should be. I love you guys a lot, and I will see you in the next video.